Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is what? It's a Friday. It feels like a Monday because yesterday was a holiday. Yesterday was the King's birthday, uh, former King's birthday, also known as Father's Day. So it was my day yesterday. And my wife very nicely made all of us some crab cakes, which is kind of a special thing. So that was nice. Crab cakes on Father's Day. Let's see here. So, today, what are we talking about today? We are talking about a dozen reasons that you. My mic is on. Can you see the little green line? Let me see. It's on. I don't know, maybe it's because we're outside. Is it clear? God, I really, I want to go and spring for like expensive microphones, but considering that I don't make much money on this channel, I mean, in all honesty, I just have a hard time springing for it. I don't mind springing for a $50, $100 microphone, maybe $150, $200 microphone. Okay. But like to buy something that's like $500, I'm just like, what's the use? Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple things before we get started. So, hopefully this microphone is working somewhat decently. Oh yeah, yesterday, what a day. Wonderful day. And I gotta tell you, I was a little irritated at myself. And I was irritated because I did something kind of stupid, and maybe this will stop you from doing the same thing. But, I usually use Wise, and I transfer money, and I thought, oh, you know what, I need a little more money. I'm just gonna go to the ATM and just pull out, like 7,000-8,000 baht. So I go to the ATM, pull out the money, no problems. Get the money. I think I gotta put this in another bank account because I don't want to have the cash. I need a couple hundred baht, but then I'll put the rest of the cash in the bank. So I go to CASHAPP Bank. I walk right down. It's 2-minute walk. Put the money in the bank account, and then I look at my wallet and I go, wait a minute. Where is my bank card from the United States? And I think for a minute, and I look at all in my wallet. I'm, feeling my pockets, and I go, son of a bitch. I forgot to get it from the ATM. I got to go back to the ATM. I run to the ATM. The banks are just opening. So I go in and I say, very sorry, but I left my ATM card in your ATM and it got snatched up. Is there any way I can get it back? And the lady said, well, do you have your passport with you? I said, no, but I have a copy of it. I have a copy of it in my phone. She said, no, that's not gonna do. We need your passport. I said, okay. I go downstairs, walk across the street, get on a motorbike, go home, tell the guy, listen, just wait a second. You're gonna take me back to the mall. He takes me back to the mall. I walk back in, go upstairs, go all the way back upstairs. I get a little card, that says my number. And I sit there. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. And I wait. I'm in there like 30 minutes. Just sitting there. I'm like, okay, no problem. So then the lady goes, okay, what can I help you with? I say, well, I'm very sorry, but I left my bank card in your ATM card. Do you have an account here? I said, I have 3 accounts here. Okay. do you have your bank books? I said, no, I don't have my bank books. I forgot those. But I said, I have, no, not the same lady as before. This is a different bank. I don't even know if that bank, I think that bank is still there, but this is a different bank. This lady's not, she's, you know, she was all right. These ladies were all right. Until I get to the lady, you know, I'm talking to the lady, and she says, you know, she's all scared. I'm like, I speak Thai. I'm like, just let's go. Let's do this, all right? I need my card. I want to get out of here, you know? But I'm like, okay, whatever. She says, 1 minute, 1 minute. I said, okay. And she goes, oh, can you sit down over there? I sit down. I go sit down. I'm sitting there for another 20 minutes. She had told the manager or whatever she was, assistant manager, hey, he needs help. And the lady's just sitting there and she keeps looking over the top of her monitor like I'm gonna leave, or she just wants to see what I'm up to or something, I don't know. So I'm starting to get pissed, and I'm telling myself, calm down, just relax, don't let yourself, don't get carried away here, don't, you know, just keep your cool, you know, use that sugar, don't use the vinegar. So I keep my cool, and finally she goes, oh, this lady comes over and she goes, the same lady that had helped me before, because now I'm like looking at her, I'm like, yeah, it's been like 20 minutes, I'm just sitting here, I'm like, what's the problem, you know? I'm there like an hour waiting for this. It's okay, whatever, it's not that long, but, you know, it's like, come on, let's get this taken care of. So she says, I'm very sorry, but your card, you come from America? I say, yeah, I come from America, but I live here. I've lived here for 30 years. I have 3 bank accounts here. I need to get my card back. Oh, I'm very sorry, but we can't get your card back. I said, what do you mean you can't get my card back? I said, it's right in the ATM. All you have to do is open the ATM up and get my card. Yes, but we cannot do that because we have to send back to your bank. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I said, listen, sometimes you have to go, I'm thinking to myself, sometimes you have to go out of your way for the customer. They know they can open the ATM card. Nobody's going to know other than them. And nobody's going to care. And I'm like, listen, if you don't give me back my card, everything that is linked to this card, I have to unlink it because I'm going to get a new card. Not only that, they won't send me the new card here. So I have to have it sent in America to someone, and then they'll send it to me. And it's going to take probably a month or so. I'm like, really, please. And I'm like trying not to get pissed because I'm like going, oh, you know, I want to go off on them. And the one lady who had been helping me, she walks away. She doesn't say anything to me. She just walks away. So I said, listen, can I speak to the manager? I need to speak to the manager. I said, what's your name? Honey, what's your name? You know, I'm like, please, can I have your name? And they don't want to give me your name, of course, because they don't want to get in any trouble. So then I think to myself, oh, I'll call up the headquarters and I'll ask them, please, can you do this a favor for me? Can you open up the ATM and just get my ATM card? It's probably right there on the top. I would really appreciate it. I start calling them up, and this lady who I had not seen before, very nice lady, comes up. She's on the phone, and she says, you come from America? I said, yes. Okay, she says, 1 minute, please. I said, okay. I hang up my phone. She comes up with another lady, the one who was pissed off. She's pissed off at me for some reason. She's like walking away from me, and like I'm getting pissed at her. And I'm going, no, I'm not angry at you. I'm angry with me. Because, you know, not thinking, Which, yeah, I was a little bit upset with myself, but then I'm like more upset with them that I've got bank accounts there. I put money through the bank there, and they don't want to, like, help me. Like, can you not go out of your way a little bit to help me? I'm just thinking that. Because I'm thinking to myself, listen, I only need one of these accounts. I don't need 3 accounts. I'll close the 2 accounts just to be dramatic. Because I'm getting pissed. So finally the lady comes up with the other lady and they walk outside. Which one is it? I said, it's this one right here. They jump right in front of another customer. There's a customer in line. They go, get in these other ATMs. We need this ATM. She goes in and in 2 seconds she has, this is it? I said, yes. She hands me my card and she goes, oh, no. And I go, what? We must make a copy and have you sign it. So they made me sign some paper. They gave me a copy of my ID, copy of the card, and they made me sign it. And they gave me the card. And then she's like, to the other lady, she's like, is that all? Is that all? เรียบร้อยไหม? And I'm like, เรียบร้อย. It's okay. Give me my card. And then I left and I go, oh man, I dodged a huge bullet on that one. Here comes, what is this? Oh, it's a Suzuki. It's kind of weird looking Suzuki. Look at this. See this little Suzuki over here to the right? How do you do this? Let me see here. See that? Not bad. Little Suzuki. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of cool. So anyway, that was that. Now, I wanted to read one other thing here before I get started with what we've got going. And that is, I saw this thing on CNN Travel, and I don't really give too much, you know, mainstream media is pretty much dead, but I do look at CNN Travel just to see what they have to say, because sometimes they have some good stuff, and this is one of the times that they actually have something that I believe in. Okay. To put the scan app on my phone. What scan app? I don't know what a scan app is. With my banks, the scanner is right inside of your bank app. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, there he is, Tokyo Sammy. Got the best channel on Tokyo, on Japan, on the internet. There you go. Thank you for smashing the like button. I appreciate that. Okay, so you went to go get your app. What was the problem with your app? Why did you need to go in to the bank to get your app? Why couldn't you do it by yourself? Or was it that you tried to set it up and you couldn't set it up and you needed their help? Which, fortunately, I don't really need that anymore. I can sign in and I can call them or whatever I need. I don't really need to go to the bank very often. In fact, I don't even go to the ATM very often. If I go to the ATM, it's because I want to take out 200-300 baht, just so I have a little. Okay, so what does that matter? You don't have a Thai ID number, but you have a passport. You have a passport, you should be able to get your app. As long as you have an account with the bank, you should be able to do everything you need. Sammy, how's everything going there in Tokyo land? In Geisha land? Wouldn't accept your passport. Sometimes you need to put PP in front of the number. There's all kinds of little tricks they have, but I'm gonna sneeze. Only 7. Oh, I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing, Scott. It's been a very good, productive week for me regarding YouTube. Yeah, every once in a while I have one of those. They wanted my passport from 17 years ago. And obviously that is no longer valid. So you should just be able to give them a new one. I lost my passport a long time ago, and I got just heaps of shit from immigration and the banks. It was just such a nightmare for me. But got it straightened out. Now it's okay. But, you know, I don't have any problems now like that. I really don't have any, you know, this problem was caused by me, and I knew that. And as much as I didn't want to admit it, you know, it was my fault because I walked away. I forgot my card. Just was, you know, daydreaming and I forgot my card. My mistake. However, from a customer service standpoint, it was good that they went to the ATM and opened it up and gave me my card without having to, you know, have it sent all the way back to America, me to cancel it, then get a new card, then have it sent over. And, you know, I pay $95 a year for that card. I pay $95 a year because I get frequent flyer miles. That dog, this dog here is so much of a pain in the ass, and every girl, it's smelling every girl's ass. Every girl who walks up here, it smells their ass. And the dog came up to me, I pet it, I thought, oh, very nice. And then I look over and it's like running after a car. This little doggy over here, let me see. And he just stands there. He wants to know, well, what are you doing? He's running away again. Yeah, now hopefully you won't have to go back in for a long time. I mean, to me, there's no reason to have to go in. And if you do go in, you should have somebody that will treat you, you know, like for me, I'm like, listen, if I come in, I want somebody that I can just go in, I deal with that person all the time, they help me, and I don't have to deal with any of it. I've been making lots of reaction videos to Japan YouTubers. I'm like, if I'm gonna watch videos regarding Japan, might as well make content from it. Also, I study Japanese while I watch it. Well, that's good. I cannot do reaction videos on what people do on Thailand because they're so idiotic to me. Some of the stuff that is done is just so stupid. I'm like, why are they even doing this video? Hey, come see the Grand Palace. How many times you guys see the Grand Palace on the, you know, if you look, the Grand Palace is done like, you know, 1,000 times. Why do I gotta see it again? Nobody wants to see it. We don't want to see it with, you know, and then it's Joe and Cindy in Thailand. Fred and Wilbur in Thailand. I saw one yesterday. And these people are from Ecuador. They lived in Ecuador. Now, I'll give them credit for creating a business and making money from their YouTube channel. You know, like to them that was just, this is what we want to do. We want to do YouTube. I started out, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't think about like, oh, I'm going to make all this money. I never thought about it like that. And I still don't think about it like that. It's nice, but you know, it doesn't always work out that way. But I saw this video and they said, Phuket is not the real Thailand. I'm like, wait a minute. Phuket's in Thailand. It's the real Thailand, honey. I hate to tell you. Oh, because it's so expensive there. Well, guess what? In other countries, there are cities that are more expensive than other cities, and that's the real part of the country. They are part of the country. So you saying it's not real, it is real, and then I see all these dummies going, oh yeah, I'll never go there again to Phuket. Listen, if you're never going to go to Phuket again, you're missing out. I understand, it's a tourist trap. So find somewhere that's not a tourist trap. Go fly your drone somewhere like I did. Go somewhere that people don't always go. You can do that. And guess what? If you gotta pay a little bit more money, then save up a little longer before you go. Understand, oh, well, this place might be a little more expensive. Okay, but don't bitch about it. Don't come here for a day, make a video. Whoa, this is not the real Thailand. Yes, it is. It's fucking real. And you're a fucking idiot. You both are idiots. That's how I view it. So there's my reaction video, Sammy. Pathia's not the real Thailand. Listen, Pattayaa's the real Thailand. Pattayaa's the real Thailand. Phuket's the real Thailand. Chiang Mai's the real Thailand. All these places are the real Thailand. You don't have to go to Mukdahan or, you know, Buriram or somewhere like that to get to the real Thailand. The real Thailand is wherever you are in Thailand. Listen, I'm going to the W. The W is expensive. Do you guys know where the W is? The W is in Bangkok, right off of Sukhumvit, and it is expensive there. You go there, everything costs more. Okay? That doesn't mean it's not the real Thailand. It's just a different part of Thailand. I mean, you know, listen, in all seriousness, just because a place is more expensive doesn't mean it's not real or authentic. Just because it's a tourist trap doesn't mean it's not authentic. It means what that city has done, just like in Da Nang and Hoi An, where they have the Bana Hills. What they do is they funnel all the tourists into that one little area and this little tourist attraction. Okay, great. Now, listen, I've been there now. I don't have to go back. If I want to go back, I can go back. It's a real freaking Vietnam. That's real Vietnam. There's Vietnamese people working there. So that's all I got to say about it. Defamation laws are broad. Yes, they are. I mean, that's why I'm making a video to call out the ones that suck or the ones that are good. I've lived in Japan. I've done YouTube for a long time. I think my 2 cents is valid. Hey, listen. Sammy, you don't have to tell me. You know, I've been here almost half my life. And, you know, it almost pains me to say, I've been here for 30 years. It almost pains me to say that. But it doesn't. It doesn't pain me to say it. Almost. It almost pains me. Well, first of all, I look at it a little bit differently. I look at it like, I don't want to waste my time on these people. And if people really want to believe what they have to say, then go ahead, believe it. Or if you want to believe me, who's been here for years and years and years. And it's not like I've been here and I've lived in Ramkhamhaeng all my life. It's like, you know, it's not like I've done nothing here in Thailand. I've never been I've lived up in Isan. I've lived in the south. I've lived in Phuket. I've lived in Bangkok. I've been in Pattaya for long periods of time. You know, I've been to damn near every city in the country, just about every city. I know a little bit. I've forgotten more than some of these knuckleheads remember. And, you know, I don't know. I look at it like, yeah, okay, I don't really want to be critical, at least not too much. I don't really want to be too critical. You know, everybody has their own opinion. And as far as the new eyes on the channel, I get new eyes on my channel. I just don't gain as fast as I'd like to. I'm closing in on 16,000. That's great. Very good. Maybe one day I'll close in on 20,000. Maybe one day I'll close in on 100,000. Fantastic. If I don't, oh well. You know, I just look at it like, whatever. Anyway. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. Now, about CNN travel. Let's get to this. This is the article. It's high season in Thailand. Avoid the crowds by visiting those lesser known destinations. Yes, indeed. And you know what's funny? I've been to, how many of these? 4? Was I at that one? Let me see here. Okay. I've been to 4 out of the 5. 4 out of the 5 that they have on this. All right, so when it comes to holiday destinations, Thailand is one of the most popular countries in the world. It's already attracted approximately 26 million international tourists this year, according to reports, with 2025 set to be even busier. Now, I think there's more than 26 million, but whatever. The Southeast Asian is well known for its stunning beaches, gastronomy, vibrant nightlife, and temples, but it's also known for its crowds too. Yes, And that's what I don't like. I mean, listen, I had to come here. I said to myself, I'm gonna come down to this area. I'm gonna go see 2 Quarters Korean and Jono. I'm gonna hang out with them for a little bit because I haven't been down here in a couple of months. I have not really, other than I went out to dinner one night with my wife and we came down, we went to the landmark. I have not left this area. Other than when we went to Vietnam, okay, I have not really left my area. I just don't do it that much. And I was talking to Jono about it. And we're like, well, what's the reason? Why is it we just don't want, and we just, after a while, I'm like, where am I gonna go? I want to go somewhere new and exciting. Well, where's new and exciting around here? There's not many places. So today I'm going to see Jono and going to see 2 Quarters Korean. So I decided, hey, why not come to Caro Coffee, which is one of my highest rated coffee shops on my list. I'll sit outside, I'll have a little coffee, I'll relax a little bit, and I'll look things over, right? So that's what I'm doing. Good morning, Mr. Dowlow. Good to see you. Now, it's known for its crowds. Crowds is the big thing. It took me 45 minutes to get here. Now, it takes me 45 minutes on the boat. I come over on the boat, I gotta walk, get the motorbike, go to the pier, get on the boat, get off the boat, get on a motorcycle, come down here. It took me 45 minutes. It took me 45 minutes in a Grab, right? I took a Grab. Yeah, I think so. That's exactly what I was thinking when I made it. I thought Jimi Hendrix. You know, some people don't even know who Jimi Hendrix is. That's a damn shame. Anyway, it took me 45 minutes to get here. Normally, if I was just to drive here and there was nobody on the road, it might take me 20 minutes. But I'm sitting there in traffic and I'm just sitting there. Got my headphones on, listening to some tunes. The driver's off in his own world. You know, we're just, hey, how you doing? Okay, hi, how are you? Okay, you're going there? Yes, okay, thank you. Boom, put my headphones right on. I'm just sitting there. And I'm thinking to myself, the last time I was out like this, I went all the way to Landmark. It took me 2 hours to get there. And then I'm looking around and I thought, what is it that makes me not enjoy sitting in a taxi? Just like this. This is not a real long trip. It's 45 minutes. I don't enjoy it. I feel like I'm wasting my time away. I wish I could snap my fingers and be there. You can't do that. But, you know, whatever. You know, I mean, I'm sitting in a taxi and I'm thinking to myself, why is it I hate sitting in a taxi for so damn long? Twiddling my thumbs. I could be sitting at home doing nothing, twiddling my thumbs. That's the thing. Sitting in a taxi twiddling your thumbs, you're like, okay, so am I gonna get anything done here? Is anything useful gonna happen? Really, no. I'll get to see these guys, we get to hang out, we have a little chuckle, a little talk, okay, great. Right? And I just think to myself, no, there's nothing. There's nothing I really want to do. We're talking also about, you know, my wife and I are talking about going somewhere next month. And she's like, you know, I really don't want to go anywhere. I'm like, why? She's like, I just want to stay at home and relax. And you know, that's what it boils down to. You're comfortable at home. There's nowhere that you're like, I really got to go there. I really want to go there. Oh my God. And I keep thinking about, do I want to spring for a ticket to Africa? Do I want to pay $800 or $1,000 for a ticket? And in my head, I'm going, not really, but I will. Because it's unexplored to me. And I keep thinking maybe I will. and she just won't go. And she's okay with that. So I'm thinking about it. I'm giving it serious consideration, but that's why I don't always go places now, because I'm just sick of traveling around. Let me go to this new coffee shop. Wow. I've been at damn near every coffee shop there is in Bangkok that's worth a shit. All right, so now we'll get into the CNN thing finally. Takes me a long time to get into it. All right, I don't want to read about this. All right, so the first place on this list, Qingdao District, Chiang Mai. Check, been there. Flew the drone there, went around places, went to many places there. I did not go to where they are talking about here, which is the Qingdao caves. Caves don't do much for me. You know that? They just don't do that much. And you know what it is I start thinking to myself, do I want to get lost in this cave? No. Do I want to die in this cave? No. Do I really want to go in there? Is there much to see there? No. Maybe some bad shit. So I just decide I don't want to go in the caves. I can look in, oh yeah, wow, that's really cool. Very nice. But Qingdao is a nice place. I've been there. I was there with my wife. I was there with my friend Steve and his wife, Michelle. And we went there. We were there for about 3 days. We just hung out. We just ate. Basically, we ate and drank coffee and went around to a few little places, and I flew my drone, and it was a good time. Located in northern Thailand, about an hour's drive from the city of Chiang Mai, Qingdao is an ideal escape for those looking for beautiful views with a side of adventure. It's home. Let me see something. They don't tell you who it is. Oh, okay, they do. There you go. It's home to the country's third highest mountain, hot springs, and local markets. Yeah, we did go to some local markets, and I bought some fish. I bought some fish from this guy's truck. Guy just opens up his truck there. He sells fish every day. I start talking to him. We strike up a conversation. He gives me a deal on some shrimp and some fish. And I take it over to this restaurant. They cook it up for me. Me and my wife are eating it. Steve and Michelle are eating their food. We're having a good time. It's great. Town of Qingdao itself is small, but offers travelers an authentic local Thai experience. Oh, very authentic. Pattaya is authentic too. Bangkok is authentic also, but I understand what they say. It's a local experience. The area is an excellent destination for trekking, yes it is, with tour companies offering multi-day trips into the surrounding mountains. The area's most famous attraction is the Qingdao Cave Complex, which is made up of dozens of caverns, some of which are illuminated and decorated with Buddha statues. All right, the next one. Phnom. Been there, baby. Done that. Let's see here. Travelers can expect to see pink dolphin statues. Get it? And we did go looking for pink dolphin, but we didn't find any. There are pink dolphins in the ocean. They take you to where they're supposed to be, and you go and oh, look at the little pink dolphins. Okay. It's kind of fun. Go out on the water, you know. You worry about, is this boat gonna sink? Am I gonna be okay here? And when I went there, if you guys remember, I rented a motorbike. It was fantastic. There was like almost nobody on the road other than me. And almost nobody on the road. It was fantastic. That's why I got the bike. I got the bike because I looked on the road. I went, nobody's on the road. I'm like, it's not like I'm going to crash into all kinds of people. I'm like, get this bike. So I got the bike for a couple days. It was fantastic. I went all the way to Sichuan. I went around. I did a bunch of stuff. It was very nice. While visiting Phnom, it's worth trying khao yam, a regional specialty. It's flavorful and colorful dish uses rice as its base and combines other ingredients such as herbs, vegetables, fish sauce, dried shrimp, coconut, fresh lime juice and chilies. Oh, I had some great food there in Kano. And it was very cheap to stay there. It's also located not far from the ferry port at Donsak, which serves popular islands Kopangan and Koh Samui, making it an easy side trip for travelers before or after their visit to the islands. Number 3, Kokut. Kokut. Check. 3 out of 3, baby. Been there, done that. Kokut is nice. I don't know how many days you really want to stay there. 3 or 4. That's about it. Any more than that, you might get island fever. You might be like, all right, what am I going to do here? I'm just going to chill out. I'm going to lay on the beach, fry my balls, go swimming in the swimming pool, whatever you want to do. It's considered a must-visit location by those in the know. Thank you. I've been saying this for years. When I went there, I went, holy moly. Holy smokes, Batman. This place is fantastic. Travelers looking for beautiful beaches, Klung Chau Beach and Bang Bao Beach are 2 highlights. Snorkeling adventures, hiking, waterfalls. We went to a killer waterfall there. And a laid-back atmosphere should add this destination to their itinerary. Now, it did help that we were there and we were comped. And the place where we were staying was $500 a night and had its own swimming pool, jacuzzi, and when you went inside, they had a little coffee maker, and it was a wonderful shower, a big shower where you could do all kinds of things. It was very nice. And then when you go outside, they had the bird's nest where you can go up in the tree. It goes around in a little spiral, if you remember, and you walk up the bird's nest, get up to the top, and there's all kinds of pillows sitting there. You can sit there. There's they're little like seats. You can sit there and you have a view of the ocean. And they start coming up. Boom, they're bringing you this course of the meal, then that course of the meal, and then another course and another course. And we had something like 7 courses. It was fantastic. That was a really good time in Kokut. Getting to this beautiful paradise with clear seawater and soft white beaches requires taking a ferry or speedboat from Lamsok Pier on the mainland and in the province of Trat, unless you are staying at the luxury resort Sonava Kiri, which offers air transfers from Bangkok. No, we didn't. Most resorts on the island have limited occupancy, meaning booking in advance is crucial, especially during peak season. Out of Kokut, Kanom, and Chengdao, I would say Kokut is the best place, but I would say Kokut and Kanom. Kanom is a place for you to get away, and it's much different than everywhere else. It's not your usual beachside kind of town. Kokut is a little more, mainstream, but still kind of private. All right, next, fourth on the list, Nan. Been there, check, 4 out of 4. Long time ago, but Nan is another popular destination beloved by Thai tourists that remains somewhat under the radar for foreign visitors. It's not that much under the radar. Thank you for being the first person, Dowlo. Wow, the first person, unbelievable. Wow, holy moly. Thank you very much, Dalo, I appreciate it. Yes, I got my t-shirt. A lot of people like this t-shirt, and I don't know where I got it, how I got it, I don't remember. I like it. It's kind of nice. It's gray, so it goes with blue shorts. That's why I'm wearing it. Fans? I don't think so. I don't even think they know what I'm saying. All right, so Nan is another one. It's worth 2 or 3 nights. This quiet town in the province of the same name offers outdoorsy adventures, eye-grabbing temples, Yeah, okay. Temples are good for like, a really good temple's worth like an hour or two at tops. That's about it for me. 2 hours, man. I'm out of there. I went to a temple in Qingdao. Fantastic. And I was out of there. The only reason it took me around 2 hours is because I was flying my drone. But it was fantastic. Nice place. And a nice range of accommodations and food, including khao kin chin, an aromatic and savory northern Thai dish that combines rice with minced pork, pork blood, and spices. When it comes to temples, Wat Pu Min is Nan's most famous and has been around for more than 400 years. Okay. The mural, a unique mural, it took 2 decades to complete, with its most popular scene showcasing a flirting Thai couple. I see that in Thailand all the time. Yesterday I was surprised. I'm going up the escalator. I see this girl and she's like got her head on her boyfriend's shoulder and she's like kissing him. And I'm like, ew, PDA. God. All right, 5th and finally, and this place I don't believe I've been to, Lampang. So I get 4 out of 5 on this. Lampang, and I have been wanting to go to Lampang. It's about 90 minutes from downtown Chiang Mai, and it's worth staying for at least 2 nights. There are historical buildings, Lana-style teak wood house, a Lana-style teak wood house. I wish I could have a teak house, but it would be exorbitantly expensive. Ban Sao Nak, that's the name of it. Built in 1895, it's famed for its 116 pillars. Okay. Walk through the city center on the south side of the Wang River, Let's see here. Wat Pratat Lampang Luang is a must-visit spot for those interested in intriguing architecture and religious sites. This ancient Buddhist temple dates back to 1476. It's one of the oldest standing wooden structures in Thailand. Tourists keen to learn more about the area's religious sites can visit temples Wat Sirong Muang, Wat Chang Rai, Wat Geo Don Thao Suchadaram, Wat Pong, Jesus Christ, all these names here, Wat Pong Sanuk Nua, and Ban Sao Nak. There, they'll seek sparkling gemstones. They'll see, not seek. Sparkling gemstones, striking golden details, shrines, dragon motifs, and white elephant statues. For something truly unique, go to the mountaintop pagoda of Wat Chalum Prakiet. The journey to Chet Hom district, it's an hour away from downtown Lampang. Okay. So those are your 5 places that you go if you don't want to go to touristy places. I'm sure I could come up with a couple more. They didn't include Sichon in there, which they probably should have paired with Kanom. People don't know about Sichon. They don't think about Sichon. Oh, let's go Paitio. Where are we going to go? Let's go to Sichon. No, they don't think about that. Even my wife, what do I want to go there for? I'm like, listen, you got to trust me sometimes. She's like, why don't we just go back to Surat? We can go hang out there, and we got a house wherever. I go, oh, Jesus Christ. We can go there. That's what I did the last time. I'm like, come on. You fly into Surat. And she goes, well, then I got to go from Surat. Instead of going to my house, I'm going to go there. I go, no, you fly to Nakhon Si Thammarat. From Nakhon Si Thammarat, you go to Sichon and Kanom, and then from there, you take a van to Suratani, and from Suratani, you get picked up by your sister or one of your sisters, and you go to your house. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. Anyway, those are some under the radar destinations. We need to go back to see that rubber plantation lady friend you made. Come on, man. What, you think I'm so desperate for pussy that I need to go back there for that? I mean, really. You need to really think again. It's like, you think that's the only girl that's ever come on to me? Even now, I'm an old man now. I still get pussy thrown at me like this, and I turn it down. You guys don't understand. It's not like it happens once a year. Wow, that girl came on to me. Oh my God. Wow, I can go back there and get laid. I probably don't even have to pay her. Shit. That happens a couple times a week, man. Wake up. Plenty of ladies here in Thailand. Listen, keep giving Dallo the thumbs up on his contribution. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, please click the like button. Smash the like button. I hope Sammy's still listening. Sammy in Tokyo. If you're in Tokyo, look Sammy up. Maybe he'll hook you up. I don't know. But he's the man. There you go. All right. There he is. I must have missed a video at the plantation. What did she look like? She was all right. I don't know. She was older, but she was all right. Dallo, you would have done her. Believe me. Fucking guys. You guys think like, I've been here 30 years. You think I've never had a piece of ass here in Thailand? Have I ever had it? You know how many times, my wife can't hear this. You know how many times I've like, how can I say this? I have to be careful here. I have to be respectful. You know, there are times when a man, this is how I'll say this. There are times when a man sees a woman butt naked and he goes, oh my God, she's damn near perfect. And you're looking at her going, whoa. I remember when I first came to Thailand, there was a time when it was madness. It was, this is in the first year when I'd been here. And I called my buddy up. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been banging this chick all night. I called up my buddy. I go, hey, it's my buddy in Ecuador. I called him up and I go, hey, I gotta tell you, man. There's somebody laying in my bed right now and I'm going, this chick is like an 11. I'm like, I can't even believe it. He's like, take pictures. And that shit happens to people. And if you don't think it happens to guys who live in Thailand, I know there are people out there going, oh yeah, you're full of shit. You probably paid them all. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, oh yeah, I paid everybody. Oh yeah, I paid big money. Oh yeah, man, I'm paying them like $200 a pop. Oh yeah. No, that doesn't happen, guys. Wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee. Oh, these girls in the nail shops and hair salons and all these. Listen, all you gotta do is talk to them the right way, and then, it's not very difficult, And this is the thing. I hate to say it this way, but when you are in a country where some people, they want money, well, guess what? You give them what they want, they're happy, they might give you what you want. But there's usually that exchange. And, you might have that exchange with your regular girl. She might be some chick that you're hanging out with, and, she knows, oh, well, if I'm with, Scotty, he's going to take me to nice restaurants. He's always going to give me 500 baht when I want to go home. He's not going to just give me, 100 or 48 baht because he knows that's how much it costs me to get home. Come on. You come here in Thailand, listen. It's about degrees. What do you want? You want a good girl? Well, a good girl is probably not going to just give herself to you as soon as you say hi. you want one and you don't really care if you got to give her any money, well, then that might happen. But it's all about degrees, and it's about how you conduct yourself and what you expect and what they expect from you. Okay? So there you go. Anyway, let me get going here. We got to go on this a dozen reasons to plan your retirement by 50. And this is something that, when you think about it, you don't know how long you're going to live. And I think of this all the time, because I always think I'm going to croak at any minute. I always think that. I think I'm going to be at the mall, I'm going to get dizzy, and then the next thing you know, I'm going to fall down. I look up and somebody's looking at me. They call my wife, and then my wife is, sitting there, and, I'm croaking on the way to the hospital. We've got to go. So I take it your wife is sitting there with you, Dowlow? Hello, wife. Hello, boss. Oh, God. Anyway, what was I going to say here? Oh, yeah. So, if you are one of these people and like, hey, I just have some premonition. Maybe I'm going early. I always say that. I used to say, I know I'm going to die by the time I'm 30. That's what I used to say. Then I hit 30 and went, I know I'm going to die by the time I'm 40. And I went, son of a bitch, I'm not dead yet. All right, Dalla, you guys take it easy. I don't know what I mean. I don't know what I'm saying. But then it's like, okay, you're 40. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 50. Jesus Christ, 50. You make it to 50. And I was saying this, I don't know how many years ago. I said, listen, when you hit 60, you might have 20 years left. Or maybe I said 50, I don't know. But, think about it this way. When you're growing up, it takes you 20 years to get to where you're like, okay, now I can do things on my own. Let me see what I can do. And it takes you another 10 years to figure out who you are, what you want to do with yourself. So you're 30 by then. Now, if you can do things until you're 60, you got another 30 years. That's if you live. You don't know, you might die. You might get hit by a car. I am surprised because sometimes I look up, I'll see an actor and I know who the actor is and I know their name, but they're old. It's from like, you're talking about movies from the 30s, 40s, 50s. And I go, well, I didn't hear much after them after this movie. I look them up and they died from lung cancer. And I think, well, that ain't gonna be me. I ain't dying from cancer. Shit ain't gonna get me. You never know though. That's the thing. You just never know. So, if you say 50, I would think, really, 40 is better. Even 30 is better than that. But by 30, you probably, you're still a little dense. You're not quite that smart. You haven't learned a lot of life's lessons. But let's say, by the time you're 40 or 50, right? You're in a position where if you decide to stop working, you might have some projects you want to work on. Now I'm 60. Okay, I still do YouTube and stuff like that. I have my share of little projects I do. But that's the reason why you want to stop at 50. You want to prepare yourself to stop. Because you don't know how much time you have. Time. That's what you really, you need more time and less money. But if you're smart, when you're 18, you start getting money for your tuition and your books and whatever. Maybe your mother and father are paying for that, and they give you $4,000, and you're like, okay, it was only 3,300. I got 700 bucks. I'm going partying. No. You go, I'm putting that 700 bucks away. I'm gonna keep 20. I'm gonna go out with 20. I can get drunk with 20 bucks. Come on. So the time is a big thing. And then, you know, obviously you need more time, less money. No, not yet, no. I got coffee left. I can't waste that coffee. What am I doing? You guys asking me to take my coffee? How dare you? I got a little bit of coffee left there. So, you know, but the time is a big thing, right? But also another thing is that when you have the time, you also have something that people don't think about very often, but you have freedom. And I learned that when I was working back in the States. And I just remember I had money. I was making $10,000, $12,000 a month. This is in 1993. I was making pretty damn good money. And the only thing I had money left to do, or time left to do, was take my girlfriend out for dinner, spend 100 or 150 bucks on dinner, get drunk with her, and screw. That was it. And I was like, this is what I'm working for? I'm working for all this? Why am I working for all this? I'm busting my ass making all this money, and I barely have any time left. And you know what? I didn't have any freedom. Once I quit and I moved over here, it wasn't perfect, I'll tell you that. And it hasn't been perfect. But I can tell you that for sure I've had more time. I mean, listen, even though I can wake up whenever I want. Now I wake up around 5 o'clock, 5:30, and sometimes I just lay there until 6 or so, and then usually I get up because I don't want to waste the time. I have the freedom though. If I want, I can sleep in until 10, 1 o'clock if I want. I can sleep in as long as I want. So when you have that freedom, there's something about it that really, it sets you free, man. You think about it. When I first came here, for some reason, I felt like a weight had been lifted off of me. And you know what it was? It was that I could wake up whenever I wanted. If I had a chick next to me and I want to stay there until noon with her and, you know, do whatever, I could do it. If I wanted to, you know, go out to breakfast, I could get up and go to breakfast. If I wanted to do something else, I could do something else. I had freedom. I can do whatever I want. And you cannot replace that. How many guys are working from 8 or 9 to 5 or longer every day, 5, 6 days out of the week? And they hate their job. That's the thing. If you love your job, if you're a doctor and you love what you're doing, well, you don't need to move anywhere. If you're a lawyer and you love what you do, then you don't need to move anywhere. But if you're somebody, you're in your job and you hate your job, you hate it. You may be making good money, but you hate your job. Well, plan something out. Get it done. You want that true freedom, man. You know, that's what it's all about. You have enough money that you can say, fuck you. You can go, fuck you. I got enough to pay my bills for years. I can pay my bills for the next 3 years, and I don't even have to think, I don't have to do anything to make money. You have that kind of money, you can do damn near anything you want. Now, you don't want to just, you know, piss time away like it's worthless. But you have true freedom, and if you have more time than you have money, you need to do something with it. You need to nurture your relationships with your friends and your family. That's what you need to do. Now, the other thing is that, and this is something that I did, I started at 32. Really, I started younger, but I was still working full time. But I got time off where I took a month off every year. And that was explore the world. I went to London, I went to Amsterdam and Breda in the south, I went to Belgium, I went to Ghent and Brussels. You get to explore some things. You can travel whenever you want. As long as you got a little bit of money, you got that freedom, you got time. Start exploring, man. Aren't you curious about the world? Aren't you curious about, wow, what would I be like? Hey, throw me in Paris, see what I'm like. What kind of person am I? And that brings me to the next thing, which is reinvent yourself. You know what I'm saying? Reinvent yourself. You're back in the US. I'll tell you what I was doing. I worked in a print shop. I ran the printing machines. First, I ran the printing machines. Then I moved over and I became a customer service rep, an estimator. And all I did was estimate jobs. I sit down there at a desk, well, I do that. And then, you know, like half the time I'd have 5 jobs and I'd get them all done in like 2 hours. And I had the rest of the day and I'd just piss around. Sometimes I'd be really busy, sometimes I wouldn't be. So I was a printer, then I was an estimator. And I thought, is this what I want to do with my life? Am I going to be stuck here? At the time I was, I don't know, 20s, 28, something like that. I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to do? What kind of life is this for me? Sitting behind the desk here with a couple of guys, hey, you know, Ralphie, how you doing? Vince, how you doing? What's happening today? Oh, how's your wife? Oh, yeah, oh, okay. When's the baby due? You know, exciting stuff. I just thought to myself, man, this shit is boring, man. I'm sitting here, I'm bored out of my skull. I gotta have something better than this. I need something more exciting. I need to go explore a little bit. And so that's what I did. I figured out once I got out of that business, that business shut down, and I got my new business. I thought, okay, now maybe I can do it. Maybe I have a means to do it. But of course, really, it was very difficult because there was no real voice IP that was great. There was nothing like, there wasn't anything like WhatsApp or Line or Facebook or whatever it was that you could just communicate with people. You could see them. There was no Zoom. You couldn't do any of these things. It was very difficult to do that because you're using a modem. So I was using a fax machine and getting emails, and that's what I did. And I saw the potential because I started seeing, hey, I went away for 10 days and all my jobs are fine. Everything is good. I had a lady who took care of things for me. I paid her well. She got what she wanted. I gave her the money. She was good. And then I thought to myself, I got to do something different. I got to do more. This is not enough. And that's when I decided I'm going to come over here, sold the business, made a little money, came over here. And, at first, I was just selling things online. I was like, man, I just got to buy something, sell it, make some money, and I'm happy. And then when I came back, after I finally, after like 2 years, I ran out of money, and I was like, okay, what am I going to do? I got to reinvent myself again. What can I do? So I kept selling things. And then I became an author. And I was also a journalist. And I just fell into that. I'm like, hey man, I'm a completely different person than the guy who was back home sitting at a desk as an estimator. I'm completely different now. I go and do my things. I set up my jobs. I figured out how much money I'm gonna make. You know, oh, I'm gonna make $700. Well, it's gonna cost me $450, so I'll make $250 profit. How long is it gonna take me? 2 days. Okay, that ain't bad. I'll take it. You know. And then I got into photographing boxing. Not only writing about travel and wherever I might go and photographing it, but I got into boxing and used to write about boxing. I wrote for Ring Magazine and all these other magazines. Boxing News, Boxing Illustrated. Boxing Illustrated is no more. I used to write for the Sweet Science online. That was a great gig, man. You know, I mean, I wrote once a week. I made $600 a month. It was like, hey, this is easy, man. I write one article every week. And it took me like, I'd start on one day, I'd write for 2-3 hours. Then the next day I'd look at it, touch it up. Another 2 hours is gone, boom, $150. You know, it's 45, $50 an hour. I'm like, hey, this is a good gig, man. This pays my rent and my electric. I'm not complaining. And then because of my activity in boxing, I got onto a team. And then I was like, okay, well now I'm a matchmaker, I'm an assistant trainer, and I'm making a lot more money. So you can reinvent yourself. I mean, I don't know if anybody out there is doing that. Or you can just be some retired old fuck and you just collect your money and you gotta have something that you wanna do. What is it you wanna do? What is it you're gonna do? What are you gonna do? Sit at home all day? I mean, it's boring. Well, what are you gonna do all day? You got any schedule? You know, what is it you want to do? So you have to think about that. But remember, you need to plan it out. Because if you have more time to do the things that you want to do, then that will help you with regret. I don't have many regrets. The regrets I have are rather small. Oh, make a little more money, play golf a little bit more. Well, I don't play golf, but, you know, maybe I wish I was a little more dedicated in the gym than I used to be. Good morning. But there's a lot of things that you can do, and retiring early allows you to do the things that you want to do while you're still young. Listen, I'm just starting to get a little bit older now. I can still do a lot of the things that I want to do. If I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I will push myself. Now, I may not be able to go down, you know, a class 5 rapids on a kayak and make it out alive, but maybe I'll make a class 2 or 3. But I'm not 25, 30 years old. I'm not 35 years old. I'm almost 65, right? So I'm okay with that. That's all right. But I don't have many regrets. And you know why? Because I've had a shitload of time. I came here at 32. I was here at 32 years old. And I often say now, wow, I just don't know. What would I do if I was in my 20s and I wanted to come to Thailand? Well, goddamn, I wouldn't know what to do. I really wouldn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do when I was 32. I had no clue. I didn't know what to do, how to do it. I had no idea. I just fell into everything and somehow I worked it out. But I'm not saying that's the way to do it. Really, I think that's kind of foolish. I got lucky. I think it's smart for people. Get training. You know, train to be an EMT. Do things like that. Things that can be used all over the world. What has she got? She's got one of those little, what are those things called? I don't know what it is. It's a little thing, it's a square, and you can pull out the camera, which is like a little cylinder. I don't know what it's called. She's just walking along. I don't see her. She's not coming to the coffee shop. Ugh, a little nasty there at the end. I already talked about, you know, what's your purpose? And if you're just working and at home, back in your country, and you don't love your job, figure out what your purpose is. You need to figure that out. For me, my purpose was, I want to see the world. I didn't really know it at the time, but that was my purpose. My purpose was, I want to see the world. Then once I found see the world, okay, well, how can I monetize this? Well, okay, I can make some money from video. I can make some money from writing about it. I can make some money from photographing it. I make a little bit of money. I can stay afloat that way. Then you have to figure how you're going to get to the point where you're doing fairly well. And that brings me to the next point, which I think is very, very important. And this is the one way that if you're, 18 years old, you're 22 years old, and you want to be able to live abroad, and you may not even have to wait until you're 50. Maybe by the time you're 30, you got a shitload of dough saved up. I'm talking about when you are 18, when you are 22, start saving your money. Think about it. If you save $1,000 a month, which might sound like a lot, let's say you're making $2,000, and for some reason, whether you're living at home, you're living with a buddy, you're sharing a room, and you're only paying $200 a month, whatever it is, if you can save $1,000 a month, that's $12,000 a year, right? That's $120,000 in 10 years, $180,000 in 15 years. Let's say you save up $180,000. You keep $25,000 in the bank. You come over, you want to do something here, you start something up with 25 grand, 35 grand. You keep the rest in the bank. You make sure your expenses are low. You don't have multiple expenses that you don't need. You're not driving around in a new car with great insurance, and you're just, oh my God, this is fantastic, and it costs you X amount of dollars every month, and you're going, holy shit. Why am I spending $700 a month on this? For what reason? I mean, I can afford a motorbike, but do I really want one? I don't really care. What about you? You come over here, if you're not in a place where you must have a motorbike. Listen, if I lived in Canome, I would have a motorbike. You know why? Because getting around is a pain in the ass. Here in Bangkok, getting around is not a pain in the ass. It's very simple. Very easy if you know how to get around here. And look at now. If you're a little older and you don't want to go places all the time. Well, guess what? The mall is my hub. I can get on a SkyTrain and go wherever I want. I got money on my, my Pacamara card. Okay. If I need to go and I need to buy somebody a coffee, I see a girl I know. Hey, honey, how you doing? Long time no see. You want a coffee? I got money on my card. What do I care? She can have a coffee. Doesn't cost much. Big deal. You want to go on the SkyTrain? You got money on your card. You got money on your line account. You've saved money. You stashed the money. You're good to go, man. And you know what? As long as you keep it reasonable. You're not spending more than you earn. I mean, it's simple to figure that out. Yeah, I mean, if you're 20 years old, 22 years old, and you start putting, okay, you're not putting $1,000 a month away, you're putting $100. Before you know it, you put it in the S&P. You put it in the S&P 500. Next thing you know, after 10 years, you're like, shit, I got a little chunk of change here. After 20 years, you're like, whoa. After 20 years, you're 40 years old. You're 40, and you're like, okay, let's say you got 200 grand sitting in the bank. 200 grand? Well, 200 grand ain't gonna last me for the rest of my life. But you figure out a way to make money online. You figure out a way, you go and you buy 2 houses with that money. And you're renting them out. You're making money every month. And maybe you have a pension from where you worked. All of a sudden, you're doing good. So start saving early. Think about your financial security. Think about your pensions. Think about Social Security. Think about all these things. Enjoy your life now, while you're still active and you're able to be active. Just because you're retired, it doesn't mean there's no work. It means that you get to enjoy the activities that you love, whether you're traveling, whether you're exploring things, whether you're just staying physically active. And so while you're in good health, and listen, I hope I'm in good health for another 15 years. I hope I'm, 77, 80, 82, and I'm in good health. I mean, sometimes it's hard for me. Sometimes, I get up and I go, I got these aches. But once I get going, I'm all right. So you need to enjoy it now. Because, you know what? There might be a time when you can't enjoy it. When that time is gone. Now, the thing about reaching financial independence when you're younger is that you can help your family. Hopefully, you're 40 years old, you got plenty of money in the bank. You're still earning money off your money that you have in the bank. You're earning money from your money. Your kids, maybe they're working, they don't want to do anything. They just want to keep working, doing what they're doing. They want to build their own way. Your wife is like, honey, I'll follow you anywhere. No problem, let's go. You got plenty of money. What are you going to worry about? You don't have to worry about anything. So that financial freedom that you can reach is important. And the other thing that, it kind of goes hand in hand with time and freedom is flexibility. Because think about it. Now you think about what I do or what I don't do. However you want to think about it. How much flexibility do I have in my life? Do I have a lot of flexibility or don't I? I have a shitload of flexibility. If my wife said, let's go, we're going here tomorrow. Okay, let's go. I'll tell you what. I was working in boxing. My boss comes to me. He says, Scott, you know about what's going on in Ecuador, Guyana? I said, no, I don't know. What? You tell me. Fill me in. I go, you haven't filled me in on this. He's like, we got a guy out there that we're looking at signing. I said, really? Yeah. We got a guy out there, I think he's a pretty good fighter, but I think somebody's got to go out there and take a look at him. He's got a fight coming up. I want you to go out there. You interested? I said, yeah. You're going to have to leave in 2 days. Huh? 2 days? Where is it? Guyana. I'm like, Guyana? Oh, that's really far from here. And I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm going. No problem. They set me up. They got all my tickets. Boom, I didn't have to worry about nothing. I had a leg that was business class. On the way back, I had a leg that was business class, a leg that was first class. It was fantastic. Now, it took me about 45 hours to get there. It was a trying, tiring journey. And, you know, I'll be honest. The guy who was the manager for this guy that we had was a bit of an asshole. I can say that now. He was a bit of an asshole. He thought he was, you know, all that. We got to have his guy and all this kind of shit. Which, you know, I'm like, I'm just like, hey, listen, I'm here, and, you know, don't try to force me to do anything. Don't try to push me. But I get to the airport, and I'm standing there. I'm looking around. I'm going, where's the guy supposed to pick me up? And I'm standing, I got, you know, a bag and suitcase. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to be there 2 weeks. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? I got no way. I see this guy running around. He's walking around, but he's not talking to me. Then finally, after about an hour, the guy comes over to me. Oh, yeah, I'm here to pick you up. And I said,
Can I take this one?
come. And I said, oh, shit. I said, yeah, okay, you're here to pick me up. And, you know, it's like, at this time, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, this fucking guy's been running around here. I don't know what the hell he's looking for. He wasn't looking for me. I'm like, all right, whatever. They put me up in this place. It was nice. It was older. You know, if you can imagine what Guyana is like, the building was older. And the next morning I went down and I met the desk staff, and there was one girl that I met. I still remember her to this day. If she ever watches this, hello, Moeva. Her name was Moeva. Very nice girl. Wonderful. She helped me with everything. She was fantastic. And I did what I had to do. And I actually thought I was going to be coming back on, like, I don't know what it was. It was like the 24th. And really, I was supposed to come back on the 23rd. And I didn't have the contract signed. And I was like, son of a bitch. I made a phone call. I got another ticket. I got the ticket changed. And, you know, I got a better seat, which was great. And then I said to the guys, listen, we got to meet. We got to get this contract signed. So it was like, you know, yeah, you're authorized to sign for this much. And, you know, and they tried to push me and push me and push me. And I said, all right, listen, we want you, and we want you to come out there, but this is the deal. You have to come by this date. We'll get you the tickets, blah, blah, blah. And if you want this money, you got to come to us, and you've got to stay there. We've got to have a deal where you stay a certain amount of time. And he did. And the guy fought, and then we found out he had a... He was a little beat up, we'll say. But I did that because I had the flexibility to come and go whenever I wanted. I flew on that trip. I told my wife, I said, listen, in 2 days I got to go to Guyana. What? Yeah, I'm going to Guyana for 2 weeks. What are you doing that for? It's for the company, you know, for business, baby. Going for business. And, you know, I did. And that was a memorable trip. And then I ended up, because I had flexibility, because I had some of these things at my disposal, I got to go all over, man. I got to go to Nicaragua. I went to Panama. I went to Colombia. I went to Trinidad. I went all over. And it wasn't on my dime. That's the beautiful thing. So I have the flexibility. So, you know, I guess the best thing about this, one of the great things about this is that you're making your own way. You know, you're not working for some company, or if you are, hopefully you can do it on your terms. You want to live on your terms. If it's a full-time job, maybe you set it up to where you have it set up how you want it. It's on your terms. And flexibility is very, very important. But what is also important is that you set your life up the way that you want it set up. Listen, the thing is, everybody thinks that, oh, Scott, you're so lucky. You did this, you did, oh, you're married to a Thai. That means everything. Oh, she's rich. No, she's not rich. And she hasn't taken care of me the whole time. I haven't had somebody taking care of me. No. Oh, Scott, you got all this money from this and from that. No, it's not true. I made it my own way. I barely survived. There were times I barely made it. And one time I had to fly back and go work in Alaska on a fishing boat for 5 months. I had to do that. That was how I thought I could get up and running again, get on my feet to where, you know, to where it would get me where I need to, where I needed to be, right? Oh, you're awake. Unbelievable. All right, what else? What else is there? Oh, less stress. Now, this is not always the case, but you can escape some of the stress. And I'll tell you, when I first got here, you know, I had been working in a company for myself where I was making really good money, but I had people calling me up. I mean, I'd say, okay, your job will be done on the 5th. And on the 3rd, Scott, can you get this job done a little bit faster? We need it like, you know, like by the end of the day today. And I'd be like, I don't know if I can do this. And you expect me to do it. I told you the time. You know, I'm like, and you know, that was, I had that kind of thing happening to me all the time. I had people who wanted stuff. You know, I would say, okay, you're going to have it by the end of the week. Okay. And I would have it on Thursday. On Tuesday or Wednesday, they'd be going, you know, I really need my job. Can you give me my job? And I'd be like, I told you it was going to be on Friday by the end of the week. I'll have it for you on Thursday. That's the best I can do. And I got sick of that shit. Even though I was making damn good money, I didn't appreciate that. I just didn't appreciate what the people were doing. I just thought, God damn, they, you know, they always want it faster, 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 faster. Now, most of the people didn't really bitch about the price because my price was fairly good. And if they had a, you know, a contract with me, then, you know, they just paid. And I mean, I had a contract with the casino. And my God, man, they would get like 10,000 vouchers that were done on like 4-part NCR. And it was like, that'll cost you $1,200. My profit is like $600. And I'd be like, I make $600 on this from them like twice a month. You know, and I mean, I'm making money like that. I'm making money so fast sometimes. I'm just going, Jesus Christ. So I had stress there. Then when I came to Thailand, I was like, hey, you know what? I don't have these people. I don't own them. I don't owe them a thing. Nothing. I sold the business. I told the guy, hey, you're responsible for all this. It ain't me. You got to do it. They're going to understand that people have everything. They don't want to, if they don't want to do business with you, well, you know, you tell them, give me one shot. You do it good for them, then, you know, they're in for the long haul. So when I came here, I didn't have stress. I had no stress. Until the money started running low and the guy couldn't give me any money and he was, you know, then it got stressful. But then later on, now, I mean, do I have a life without stress? Not really, but most of the time, I don't have that much stress. Okay? What else here? Whatever you want to do, whatever projects you want to pursue, whether it's writing a book, starting a business, creating content, early retirement frees you to dive into creative or entrepreneurial ventures that maybe you thought about when you were working full-time, but you just had to put them on the back burner because you had no time. And now you have the time to do it. So, you know, time, flexibility, freedom, exploring. You know, you have plenty of time, you know. Do those things that you want to do. Free yourself up, man. And, you know, if you're not if you're not, you know, you're working after 50, you got to ask yourself why. Is it just because of the money? Okay, if it's the money, can I somehow make the money I'm making now from doing something else, or what's it going to be? What are you saying? We'll be on the way at 10:45. On the way where? You gonna meet me here? What are you doing? I don't understand. Okay, I thought you were. I told you I'd be there at 11, and you leave at 10:45. What's the deal? I don't understand. Whatever, I'll meet you there. All right. I just gotta finish up, and you know, I'll meet you there. All right, I'll just meet you there. Okay. That's fine. Let me finish this here. We got things to talk about here. Another thing that you may not consider, but you should, is your health. And your health is something that you should consider. And I wish I did it. I had the boxing kind of mentality, which is, oh, I'm gonna fight. I gotta get myself in shape. Then when the fight was over, I'd be like, all right, I'm not going to the gym. Then a fight would come up. All right, time to get in the gym again. And that's not really conducive to being fit all your life. And there are some things that I'm doing and considering doing now that hopefully will level things out a little bit to where I can be, basically all I really want to do now is just be healthy. And I'm pretty healthy. But if you really want to be healthy, once you're young and you start exercising, don't ever stop. That's the trick. Do something every day. Even if it's a walk, do something. And it's not only your physical health, it's also your mental health and things like, what kind of exercises are you doing? What's your nutrition like? If you're eating shit food, that's not the best way to stay healthy. All right, we got one thing left here. Financial independence. Achieving financial independence means you're not reliant on a traditional job to cover your expenses. This allows you to live life on your own terms, as I said, focusing on passions and projects you truly enjoy, which is pretty much what I do. And, sometimes I don't enjoy it, but most of the time I do. And, I just tell myself, hey, you know what? How many times have I thought to myself, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm not sure about it. Oh. And then, I go and do it and I go, man, that was a blast. That was so much fun. I had a really good time. So you need to think of that. So financial independence, true freedom, health and well-being, time. And the big one, explore. You need to explore. Explore the world. With more free time, you can travel more extensively, experiencing different cultures and adventures without worrying about how many vacation days do I have? How much time off can I take? You're off. You can do whatever you want. Now I think, is my wife going or is she not going? If she's not going, how much time can I get away from her without her, complaining? That's what I think. Then there is pursuing personal projects, doing whatever it is you may want to do. Number 7, escape the stress of work. Retiring early removes that daily grind and gives you space to relax and recharge. Need a day off? Take the day off. Take it off. Now, don't wait another 7 months to come back. Maybe you take a week off and then you come back. Okay, great. Live life on your own terms. Number 9, make your own schedule. Have more flexibility. Number 10, early financial freedom for your loved ones. Number 11, reinvent yourself. I like that one. Very good. Number 12, avoid regret. Number 13, think about your financial security. Start saving earlier, not later. Oh, I'm just going to buy this car because I really need it. No, you don't. You probably don't. Don't go and buy that brand new car for 50 grand. You don't need it. Put the down payment into your savings account, take that money and go buy yourself a $1,500 beater. Live a purpose-driven life, number 14. And number 15, enjoy life while you're still active. These reasons reflect the numerous benefits of planning for an early retirement, ultimately leading to a life that prioritizes health, happiness, and freedom. And that's what it's all about. 55 next month in Manila, still working. Thought I'd be done at 50. Addicted to the paycheck. I don't know, man. You know, you got to think about it a little bit. Do you have other things you'd rather be doing? Can the time be more important than the money? I mean, you know, if you're making a good paycheck and you enjoy your job, it's kind of hard to stop. But you don't have to. You can stop when you're 65 if you want. That's the thing. You don't have to stop at 50. You don't have to stop at 30. You stop whenever you want. But for some people, they are in that rut. They hate their job, even if they are making decent money. I mean, listen, I was making decent money, and I kind of liked my job. But I didn't like all the people harping on me all the time about, well, when are you going to be done? When can I get this? When can I get that? And after a while, I just thought, Jesus Christ, man. Anyway. All right, well. Oh, why did I say 12? How did I say 12? It was 15 compelling reasons. 15. That's what it was. It was 15 reasons. I personally think most people should retire by the time they're 40 or 50. That's what I believe. And the reason I believe that is because you should be able to cut down your lifestyle, cut back on what you're buying, what you're doing. You don't need most of it. Most of it is shit. You don't need a huge house because you want a play. Listen, think about the football players who save their money. They're a lot better off than the ones who are pissing around, acting like they're super cool and they got the bachelor pads, you know. They're driving around in Ferraris or Maseratis, you know. They piss that money away. You know. So, give it some thought. Now listen, like I said before, please do me a favor. Hit the like button, smash the like button, subscribe if you have not done so already. I'd appreciate it if you subscribe. Go ahead and, you know, you can always use the Cash App. You can always become a sponsor. Use the Super Chat here on YouTube. You can buy me a coffee on buymeacoffee.com/Scott Mallon. You can get some of my merch. You can use Patreon. Go to patreon.com, An American in Bangkok. You can get one of my books on AnAmericanInBangkok.com. You can go to my Amazon shop, Amazon.com. Amazon.com/shop/Scott Mallon. And something else just for your help. You can use Wise to make your transfers. Wise is awesome. They're very good. I don't make any money from this. man, there's somebody's frying something out there. Woo. Somebody's cooking something back there. Go on social media. Everything's down in the description below. You can do that. I'd appreciate it. And it's nice that you joined me. I appreciate that as well. Thank you very much. My name is Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. And I am in, what is this here? Pretty Banamyang 26. I am at Caro Coffee. That's where we are today. And I'm getting ready to leave, so choke di leo jerken mai. That's good luck and see you later. And I will talk to you guys whenever, in the future, the near future, in a couple of days. All right? Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And I will see you guys later. Ciao. Choke D.